Great, 7:01, I will call this meeting to order. We will establish a quorum with all of our regular members in attendance and Kathy as our alternate. Stand for the pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag, of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty, and justice for all. All right, we do have one added agenda item, which just got missed. IWWA 20-2024, 140 rear South Main Street. Request for permit to provide 2.1 mitigation for previously approved wetlands. The owner is Sherry, I'm not gonna say her last name, I'm gonna butcher that, for Island View Farms, map block lot 42-563A.
And that's just for receipt tonight.
That, yes, that will go under six. Yes. Motion to add that to the agenda.
I'll make a motion, we add that to the agenda.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Entertain a motion to approve meeting minutes from October 2nd of 2024.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of October 2nd, 2024 regular meeting.
Second, any discussion or corrections? You want to call out yours?
No.
I
Okay,
have it.
okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Good. You here tonight?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he got his computer on, he can't.
All right, so we are jumping into new application to be received that we just added to the agenda item for IWWA 20-2024, 140 rear South Main Street. Do we have anybody here to represent that?
We have Melissa Kaplan. She's the one,
Oh, yes, yes.
from the BCS, sorry. And she's came just in case you had any questions. I know we've been talking about it, but
We have everything here, though, right? You have everything you need, full packet?
yes, yep, that's the big one I have in the back. So if everyone could actually hold on to that for the next meeting too.
Okay.
You're asking a lot.
We got it all, the drainage report, there,
They got it.
maps for everybody.
Any comments from the board that we want to ask, or Melissa, do you want to just say anything?
Yeah, one change,
we can't hear
that I
you.
wanted, oh, you can't hear me? Oh,
No,
okay.
We don't have our volume turned up.
Is this
See
it?
up top in the computer where it says turn up volume?
Oh,
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, I had to take my headphones off. When we met last time, we discussed that we would be providing the wetland mitigation, and that's the big part of this is providing the mitigation, and you have the whole wetland mitigation plan there with plantings and all that in there. We had previously talked about putting it in two locations. One was going to be further to the west, closer. There's like a wetland that kind of comes out into the field. When we really delved into it, when we started doing the design, we realized that the topography there is just too great. The amount of material that would have to be worked with and removed to bring that down to the appropriate levels to make a wetland there, we might as well just have removed the fill from the wetland that was filled. It would be probably comparable. So the cost would be too much. It would just be too much effort. So what we did is made one larger wetland adjacent to the filled wetland into the field. So that is a 2-to-1 wetland area in that location. So I just wanted to say that was a little bit of change from what we previously presented. So that's all there.
Any questions from anybody on the board?
Thorough.
So do you need a motion?
Motion to receive, yes,
Make
please.
a motion to receive application IWWA 2024.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Right?
Hey, save that for next.
One point of clarification, if I could ask, I'm assuming this means we will have an official hearing and that we need to notify abutters.
significant, yes.
That's for the,
Yep.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right, so I just wanted to confirm that. Okay.
Danielle will help you with all
Yeah,
that.
tomorrow Katrina will get all the paperwork together for you, give you the abutters and the paperwork you need to, turn, and we'll put notice in, the appropriate publications for you.
Were you
Thank you.
asking for a public hearing or?
Well, I think you're supposed to make that determination if you will
Yeah.
be having.
No.
No, you would make that decision today if you want to
Okay.
make it a public hearing, if you feel it's just significant.
If not, we don't have to do the abutter notification.
And so what do you guys
For
think?
discussion?
Is it really that
I would,
significant? I mean, we're not really.
I would think probably not. It's not
This
like
thing's
it's.
probably an overkill, if anything.
There's only two.
Two butters, isn't
Two butters.
Yeah, that's true. It's only two butters.
You know,
I don't think we need a
need
public hearing though,
Most of the.
Okay.
Let's do it as a regular-
regular
Okay.
application.
All right, great. Thank you.
Thank
Right.
you.
I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Sherry. We have no public hearings, no continued public hearings, so new business, we do have application IWWA 15-2024 102-106 Scannick Road for an as-of-right application for tree clearing. Owner is John Burnham, who is not here tonight. Map block lot 641936. What's up with that one?
Yeah, so Mr. Burnham came 2 meetings ago and talked about this. That was when Ruth was here. So he was told he didn't have to come back tonight. He's doing, it's not actually, there's a minute area that's in the upland review, but it is a culvert. He wants to clear some bramble and trees just to clean it up right there between it's between 102 and 106.
Yeah, there's no address for it.
So he put in the application as requested by for last time, got everything in order, so. And you should have the paperwork.
We'll find it as an as of
Nothing's
right.
changed since.
Yeah, he's looking for an
Yeah, he's
as-of-right
looking for an as-of-right.
determination.
I think we need a motion.
Ready to make one?
Yes. I guess I'll make a motion to find an as of right for IWWA 15-2024 102-106 Scannick Road for tree clearing, owner applicant John Burnham. Rest of it, MB and L 064-19-036.
Second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. All right, it's that time of the year to vote on officers for 2025. Somehow it's already that time.
I nominate Rebecca Talamini for
Davis,
Davis. I'm Stuck in the past. For chair.
Need a second.
Second.
we got
Oh,
third,
I
so,
don't matter.
all in favor?
Aye.
All right. I will nominate Dick Pippin for vice chair, right? That's what you are now?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, you never know.
Second.
You're never not here, so it doesn't matter.
Any discussion? All in favor? And I'll nominate Rick Osborne for secretary.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay. All right, no changes. Swiftly moving along. I think I saw in here
Yes,
our
we have a copy of the
dates.
schedule.
The. Nothing looks off to me for anything.
I just say that I never can make the July meeting, and I think we.
So we
can't-
usually cancel that one.
So I guess we'll leave it on there.
Yeah.
We can move it if we need it, but
Yeah, I agree. I think let's keep it as presented and if we need to change anything.
make a motion to accept the 2025 meeting schedule as presented.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Review, change, approval of bylaws for 2025. That was also included in our packet somewhere.
Got them all.
I did have a few, I didn't have any questions on anything. Did anybody have anything they wanted to discuss?
I thought we had changed this last year, but it says we haven't maintained this since 2018.
Probably not.
Didn't we just make grammatical changes? We didn't actually change any of the text. I think that's why we didn't have a date on there.
Okay.
That's what I remember.
Yeah, I didn't see anything repeated.
Basically the same.
Yep. You just need a motion to approve our bylaws then.
Make a motion to approve the inland wetland and watercourses agency bylaws.
Second.
All in favor?
Right.
All right. We have nothing for old business, nothing for miscellaneous. We have agent review and decisions.
No agent decision this month.
Okay. Violations, we do have two. The first one is 34-36 Newberry Road. Owner WSJA LLC, co-owner Wayne Sylvia, map block lot 92-19-01 and 02 for clear cutting trees within the regulated wetlands and upland review area.
So I believe we have Mr. and Mr. Silva here tonight. So there was tree clearing done, and they provided a wetland scientist went out and delineated for us. You'll see in the packets, tree clearing done in the property behind 34 into the property to the side. I don't know if that's the west. The west, yeah. The clearing of it, the 36 of trees. So they did receive the notice of violation, which you have in your packet, and then were asked to come and speak. For,
You guys are welcome to come up and speak if you want, or talk from there. Just state your name for the record, please.
Wayne Silva.
Okay.
Pick a guess which one's senior. So I initiated the hearing and thought process behind it was really nothing more than to get rid of some trees around. We had issues with branches breaking our fence and obviously leaf cleanup. But we have no definitive plans to do anything on the property as of right now. I'd like to extend our parking lot in the future, possibly, but again, I don't have any plans to do that. And a couple of things to know while we were doing the clearing. There was a pile of soil that was left on that property. As everyone I bought it. That is right in that wetlands area behind my fence line. That had a tree growing out of it. Not sure why or how that was left in place if that was wet. But we flattened that out and water does flow better through there now. And the other part was there's a corrugated steel pipe that runs underneath Craftsman. And we rebuilt with a catch basin and kind of fixed all that area, so it works as it should. It's really all I have at this time.
and so what their, our GIS is actually opposite of what the soil scientist was to show us. So most of the clearing, all of the clearing in 36 Newberry took place in the upland review. And you stumped or you haven't stumped?
It's stumped.
Yeah,
It's okay. So that's all took place in upland review and about eyeballing, it's about 50% of the clearing done behind 34 is wetlands. And then of course, the remaining would be the upland review areas.
Can I just say something, that pile of dirt that was left there, I don't know if it was when they built the building. That was holding all the water back in there.
Mhm.
We moved that out, we swaled it, built a new catch basin, put a new pipe in there. And now it seems like it's dried up pretty good.
I think it looks nice, but. Any comments, questions?
There wasn't much actual wetland damage per se in the
Just tree
wetland.
clearing, not,
A little tiny bit where the kind of runs down into the
Mhm.
riprap and then
yeah, I put pictures with your packets.
notice they haven't messed with it at all since you sent the letter.
We can't always trust the map too, so we know that's,
And we do have issues with, you know, our bottom water. That heavy rain that we had last year. You know, it's really not graded properly to drain.
Well, that's what it look at it today, it's all
So I think we fixed a lot of that.
vegetated in again.
Future, you know, would like to replace that pipeline at some point, maybe extend it. And I would like to raise it up so that everything sheds. You know, to place,
whenever you do that, just come in with a permit and.
you know, I don't have any definitive plans right now.
So what's the plan to button this up?
You know, I guess. Patience. Any things that needed to be done.
Yeah, I think that's what we're looking for is like a plan. You have to present a plan, what you want to do to button it up, right? So like there's going to be some sort of seed mix on the ground, some erosion control while we're waiting for it to grow. Some plantings, you know, I don't see that it's buttoned up here. Like I see like where this catch basin is, it's kind of,
It's real flat. Oh, that's when it happened, not now.
well, that's all I got to go on.
Yeah, no, you need to go back and look. It's natural vegetation, it's pretty well come back in. He put a berm around it with wood chips to protect the wetlands area.
I don't see
I
that.
drive by it, no, they're not in that picture. And they have, from I can see, they haven't left with it since, they got the letter.
And I think that's what they're looking for, Alan.
I think if you go in there and fiddle with it now, you're gonna do more damage than leaving it alone.
I'd say leave it alone.
Water seems to be running good.
Let nature take its course.
We don't have the current picture of recently, because when was,
Well, it's not changed. I took these pictures, it had been done. And they were just finishing up on 36 and stopped what they were doing.
okay,
They just,
Yeah, the only thing.
stabilized. So they haven't done anything. They're waiting for direction from the Wetlands Commission as to what you would.
So like the stuff that's on Newberry, I drive by that and I don't think anything's been done there. Like that's got to be finished up, right? It's got to be.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
And then this other part, I haven't seen it. So I don't know what's going on, but like this berm that's here of looks like, you know, stuff that's chipped up.
Yeah.
I don't know. It can't stay there,
Well,
right?
That's.
It's creating a berm, it's creating a different way of flower.
Goes right through the wood chips.
So like, what are we doing with the rest of this? We're gonna leave it bare? Gonna put some seed down?
It's not bare out.
Yeah, right now, yeah, you know.
The grasses have taken over naturally,
He typically uses chippings.
What kind of grass, invasive?
probably. Whatever grows naturally. You
So-
go all through there, even on Newberry, you can see all most
Just
of the
me,
vegetation.
but we
is
don't
coming
tell
back.
people what to do. They tell us what they're trying to do and then we approve it or we don't,
well, they're
right?
looking for guidance, so.
So
the
I would say
option
we
would
need-
be,
Some seed on the ground at the
Yep.
very least, some erosion control until it's established.
I think the only thing that I really want. to do right now is, we get a lot of snow, we get landlocked, so I do want to take my fence down and be able to move snow.
yeah, I'd be happy with grass. I don't think there's a need to plant anything else other than grass in the situation.
Not gonna do much good this time of year anyway.
Well, besides that fact, yeah.
Put the effort in and the natural stuff will take over anyway.
Feel differently?
Well, I guess I want to see a plan in writing.
Yeah,
Right? Like that's what we require from everybody, right? And so our recommendation is to come up with a plan in writing of how you're gonna button it up. You're gonna put seed down, whatever you're gonna do, and then that's something we can approve, right? So, and then we can leave that, I guess, to the agent to.
I would say, yeah.
Right? But we're gonna want to see it in writing and then we're gonna want to make sure it gets done.
He can do it on his letterhead though, right? Don't need any fancy engineers and all that.
Right.
No,
Right, no,
Do it on your letterhead, submit it to Danielle.
Yep.
Next meeting.
First rodeo.
Well, no, and, you know, people don't know, like, and that's, it happens all the time. That's not a problem. But then we have to follow a certain procedure.
When you get ready to do your parking lot, please come first.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, really anything.
We try not to be unreasonable.
Yeah, we're not. Creating this year. Property at 36. And I would like to do addition.
Sounds good. Do we want to make a motion to pass this to agent decision once they submit the writing, or wait until next meeting to address that?
Good, we can,
Let's just have it at the next meeting.
Okay.
We don't have, we'll just look at it and.
it's not gonna happen anyway.
Okay,
Where you had put in an application before, we can add what you're planning on your seating, the one you've already started.
yeah, just add to that one, just put it on a letterhead, just saying we'll plant grass seed.
That would be an addition.
Yeah. So we'll just add that in and then we can use that and present.
You wouldn't need to come back to the next meeting, as long as you don't put anything crazy in there.
Would it help if you went out there with them,
Yeah, I can do that. I can,
showed them kind of what we want?
Just give us a
I
CC.
can meet up. We can
And
just,
help them to get it.
Sure.
Do it.
yeah, I can
In
get
there from 8 to 4:30.
8 to 4:30. Okay, yeah, I can meet out when I'll give you a call. We'll set up a time and I come out there, we'll meet and then we can add it to what you've already.
I'm the one you're emailing back.
Yes, hi.
This can help you with, she'll help you and
Yeah, that's what we.
it'll come out right. Yeah.
All right, so we'll leave that one on the agenda for next meeting. All right, moving on to the second violation for Newberry Village. Addresses between 41 and 45 Morning Dove Trail. Developer is Jim DeGiorgio, map lot 104, 17, 109. Creation of a berm within the regulated wetlands and upland review area and conservation easement in favor of the town of East Windsor. Jim, you want to come up and grab one of the chairs on your way up?
Got it.
Thank you.
I'll contact you tomorrow and we can set up when it's convenient. Yeah, we're all.
You.
Isn't here anymore?
See one.
Here's the one in the budget.
Really? We keep taking it.
I think it keeps moving, especially.
Steve's, I've paid this town for 20 years. You can't afford an easel. Just gotta donate.
You know, that-
We used to have one in the corner. Gene.
No, that one's.
I know, you normally do.
Yeah.
Here.
There's a lot of files.
Didn't mean to make
All right.
it work for you.
Yes, the,
No, it's fine. We just were, I think there was.
this is the area that is of concern. It's on the northern side of the loop, or the curve as I call it. Between 45. Oh, first of all, spelling my last name is wrong in your. And I know you
And-
guys on the actual agenda, but it's also part of the complaint too,
Okay,
just so you have the proper.
you make note of that.
Yeah.
We also have nobody on the Zoom. So who's doing our meeting minutes?
Maybe it was supposed to. But
Well, it's recorded. Okay,
yeah.
thank you for the
I am Jim
correction.
Giorgio, 40 Barbara, Broadwood. All right, so anyway, so this has been, let's just go back to history, just to give everyone a bit. Since I don't think all of you were on the board back then. When we cleared all the land for phase 2 and phase 3, which was Mallard Court, and then the final phase, which is phase 4, we cleared all the way around the entire loop of Morning Dove Trail. Okay? But we only then did phase 2, which is here. So we've always used this area because it's flat and similar to the area adjacent to there and adjacent to there. And, shame on me for not looking at the map, but nonetheless, for the last, I'm gonna say 14 years, we've been using this spot as sort of a catch-all. Sand, topsoil, we've parked equipment there, whatever, okay? And as the time went around and we built houses, all the other areas, shrunk and shrunk and shrunk. And so about a year ago, when we completed this house, we had these two under construction, this was under construction, number 39. Actually, no, yeah, 39 was under construction. So once again, we were using this. When these 3 units were completed, which were about the same time, we had this void here, all right? It was just a big open spot. So these neighbors here, asked the question, hey, what are we gonna do? You gonna do anything in between the houses, privacy, whatever? And at the time, we had some leftover fill from this dig. So I was like, well, I've got a problem out in front here because there's a transformer here, here, and here. This is the catch-all underground for every single utility conduit that goes through phase 2, 3, and 4. It all catches here. So I didn't want to plant trees in front of these houses because they literally would be on top of conduit. All right. So I was like, oh, well, heck, I'll take those trees since I still have to plant them and I'll put them on the berm. At least I'm still meeting my tree requirement. And after consultation with the Wetlands Department planning, they were like, listen, if you can put a tree anywhere in the so-called front, go ahead and do that. Well, and I was like, fine. So, like this tree is over here, which actually this tree is probably in the wetlands. Come to think of it. And then, this tree's over here, this tree's over, so we just hand dug everything and we put them in, probably not where we wanted to put them, but they're there. So meanwhile, I had already shaped this berm with the leftover fill. And as you can see in your picture category, this was done over a year ago. Okay, probably, 14, 16 months ago. And so because we weren't putting the trees there, all we did when we seeded these yards, we seeded that and we just left it there. All right. And as you can see what it looks like today, there's no trees on it, no mulch. It's just, unfortunately crabgrass that's died out and so forth. Now, it was brought to Danielle's attention that there were a couple pieces of concrete back there, which, shame on us for leaving them there when, we were grading that and so forth. We had every intention of taking those 4 or 5 pieces out and you can see the pile. But that is not an indication of what's in that berm. Now, that berm is the same sandy, silty soil that we get when we dig all these foundations. All right. Now, when you look at it and some of the pictures that Danielle had in her package, there's a light color of sand. So it looks like, oh, is that slurry mixed concrete? No, it's sand. Is there a couple, an area that, oh, hey, there's some, 3/4 inch stone there that's in the grass? Yeah, that's there. But all in all, this entire berm is literally crabgrass with sandy silt, virgin soil on top of also virgin soil. We have never dug in this area. The only thing we've ever taken out of here are stumps after storms hit like 12 years ago when we had that big winter storm. We lost a ton of trees in this area, a ton. It was like 6 or 8. So of course, those came down, they got cleaned up and we took the stumps out. All right. And then there's been some additional clearing with permission by the homeowners association right on this line. So that's why I stopped the blue here. This is the only thing in question. All right. So all said and done, I mean, I wish there were trees on it and it was all mulched, but I wasn't going to go put extra 8, 9, 10 trees on something that didn't need it or wasn't even called out for. So right now you basically have an open area that's got 5 or 6 pieces of concrete that we put in a pile, which we will pick up and remove with the pile that's up sitting in front of number 4 Morning Dove Trail, which is also concrete and some asphalt. All right, so we'll be removing those at the same time. In regards to the berm, I don't know what to tell you other than there's only 2 options. It stays or I remove it, scratch it back down to grade and plant some grass seed. So as far as, the violation, I mean, I guess, shame on me for, going in here, but we've used it for 12 years as the staging area and holding area, and no one's bitched about it until I'm ready to finish this project because the project's done. All right, I'm not doing anything else here other than a final coat on the final phase of the road. So that's it. Both the houses that we're closing on are done. We've got to put some shrubs in the front of number 3 and the driveway's going in on Friday. So those units are pretty much done. So as far as this, I'm done. So it's been 18 years, so, unfortunately, your cease and desist isn't ceasing and desisting anything. So it's up to you what you want me to do here. If you want me to remove it, I'll remove it, but it's already stable. It's the same dirt that came out over here that sits on top, sitting on top of it, which I find it hard to believe that it's actually wetlands because, yeah, I know wetlands is soil type, but the soil type's identical all throughout where all these houses are. So, and it's at grade. So it's not even, water, we've left a little trough here. So this person's gutters will drain out to the back. And I think there's a little trough here. But other than that, the water all drains back here. The berm's not blocking anything. Other than it's, on average, 2 feet tall and 90 feet long and 20 feet wide in some spots. So it's up to you guys. You tell me what you want me to do and I'll rectify it or we'll leave it the way it is.
Comments?
Well, I went out and walked it today. I would say that it kind of, well, from my point of view, it's not maintainable with a mower. Much of it, the backs, where it gets wide on both sides, it's like there's some runoff, because it's obviously not topsoil and it's not really
Exactly.
grow
Yeah.
anything. So I mean, for me, it just seems odd, it's not a berm but it's not a lawn either, you know what I'm saying? It's like
Exactly.
somewhere in between. And I'm not sure. I feel like it needs to be, you should make it not a berm, cut it down 6 inches or something to make it so it's at least maintainable.
Well, I'd rather just take the whole thing out then.
You could do that too. I mean, to me,
It's too low.
and from your standpoint of,
Trailer.
it is
How much?
in the construction area. That's where, and I remember there was stuff there has been for quite some time. So whatever, it's already disturbed area, but it just to me, it just doesn't look finished,
No,
you know what I'm
exactly.
saying?
Yeah.
It looks like it needs some help, so you can at least mow it, I wouldn't want to have to run over that with my mower every week, So I feel it, whatever you want to do, if you want to cut it down or just remove it, which, I mean, 6 of one, half dozen of the other, but
No, I'd rather remove, if I'm gonna remove 6 inches, I'd rather remove it all.
Make it all at grade.
Yeah, just make it all at grade,
So
put some
she-
seat down.
yeah, I mean,
That's my
from the
recommendation.
standpoint of I looked, it's not draining into the, it's not silting into the woods. I mean, it's stable
Yeah.
pretty much at this point in time. I don't have an issue with that. I just felt like it's weird.
Yeah, it's like, what are you gonna?
Not-
do when
It's
you
like a
grow up?
sore
You
thumb.
don't
It
have a
doesn't
chance to
really
grow
work.
up.
Okay, if it's
Stop
gonna be a
it.
berm,
Yeah.
throw some trees on. If it's not gonna be a berm, it's not a berm then.
No,
You know?
I'd rather take it down and just remove the dirt. It'll take all of it an hour or two.
Yeah, that would be my recommendation.
Break it out.
Make it all at grade.
Put up some silt fence stuff.
Yeah, at least by the wetlands.
Cause I'm looking
It's
at,
already in the well.
I'm looking at the overhead.
Oh, you can see
And
what
I don't know, this
he's
is
at our gym.
Not a problem.
this is actually this year,
This is
2000.
Hay bales.
2023. My computer, that's 2023.
And mine's 2024, you can see the
I know.
difference.
Yeah,
But anyway, that's weird. Oh yeah, you've got the town and I'm going with Google.
Yeah.
But you can see where it used to kind of run into the woods and whatnot, but, so I would just make sure you put a string of silt fence there. I mean, there's silt fence all over the place, so you can see
Exactly.
everywhere, but, I would, yeah, whatever, I would cut it.
Right.
My feeling was just cut it down so it's usable, but if you want to take it all out, that's fine too.
No, I'd rather just take it out. It's,
Cause especially that side, you can't really, it's weird, it would be,
No, because it's only 70 feet wide here. And then it's 117 in back here. So the berm literally, and I don't have it drawn on this one, but you can see where it's drawn on yours. I mean, so it's just a weird section of land. And I thought I'd make it better, but at the time we ended up putting the trees in the front and we left it there. So, like I said, I don't mind taking it down. It's.
yeah, and I saw that other
Deal.
pile, I'm assuming, whatever, and you're gonna take it out when you.
Yeah.
So-
I got one question on that, though. Did the homeowners on the abutting sides have any plans maybe to put some trees? down
No,
there?
they asked, I mean,
I mean-
people asked, me, hey, were you gonna do anything there? And I was like, not really. It's not called for, but I do have extra material.
Well,
and-
and I will say, what they've been doing is, remember, they came and they wanted trees removed all over the place, so I doubt they'd want to put a tree there because it'd grow up and just be in the way and be
Okay,
cut down.
well, that's just, as long as the homeowners are happy. I'm happy. Make it go away.
So,
Any other comments? All right, plotting it down to grade.
no problemo.
Oh, there's still a fence.
I'll make sure this.
Jim.
And we'll spell your name correctly next time.
It won't be next time. He's almost done.
I'm done.
He's up in
18
town now.
18 years later. 18 years.
God,
My pleasure.
That's how long I've been on the commission.
I have not.
Any, time table on that? Taking it out?
Well,
Ideally, now would be great, because it's dry as hell.
I'm just saying, I'll take it down within like the next 30 days.
sure, okay.
Sure. I mean, perfect. You try and do it in the spring, you're gonna create a nothing but a
No,
mess.
we're doing spring is cutting the road driveways, putting asphalt down.
There you go.
Some curbing that's required.
Once the homeowners are happy, I'm happy.
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
All right, we have nothing for conference seminars and trainings. Do we have anything for correspondence? Any general board discussion? Hearing none?
Nope.
Any, oh,
Can I ask a question?
public participation, sure, go ahead.
Good idea.
You mentioned these silt fences that we have out there now. How do we get those removed?
Once the project is done.
That's,
And everything is
you
stable.
talked to him, and I noticed that they were all around.
We have talked to Jim about it and we don't get an answer.
Usually, once the project is finished,
Yeah, that's part of like when they're wrapping up, they need to be,
Yeah, they're not. If you go out there, there's still
So
fences and several
we
newer houses.
we should have a erosion control bond. We should
Okay.
double check that and we'll make sure that because he'll want that released. And that's part of what she does at the end is make sure that all those things are done. And so that's when that will get done. So you make sure that when we're finishing up, and he's gonna get because that's what that bond is for. And so that'll also include this area, because obviously grass is not gonna grow on it this year. He's gonna have to plant it and then, make sure that it takes, at least it's planted. And then maybe that piece of silt fence will get left and you'll have to pull it up. But all the rest of it, I noticed all over. You're gonna wanna get that up because it's, at this point in time, refuse.
A lot of it is buried.
Oh,
My next door neighbor here has got it. It's buried.
you can't reuse it either.
That's our situation.
Yeah, no, and I wanted to mention, I know I mentioned to this, you guys earlier, when I went by there. You gotta tell your mower to stay out of the wetlands with the mower. Cause he's cutting, there was about 50 grand worth of native plants there that are all over the place that he's mowed down. And the whole idea behind that was that stuff would take hold and keep the invasives out.
Yeah.
Because anytime you disturb the wetlands, then what tends to come back in our area is the invasives. So we had all those things that made to be part of the plan, and I saw them all planted. I went out there with the sheet and then made sure it was all there. And when I went by there today, he's mowing way down into because it's dry, so he can.
Yeah.
You got to tell him to stay out of
We
that.
can do that. And the situation we were having is the guys who were mowing the grass area were getting cut up by those brambles. And they were asking, can we take some of these things out of here? What's that Russian something? I forget what it's called. It's got thorns on it about that long.
Russian olive.
Russian olive, thank you. And so our plan was to try to get rid of that so that these guys could at least mow the grass.
Yeah, they'd have to use a different method and just, they took out all the wetland planting.
Well, just that, yeah. I will bring it up.
Costs quite a little to put them in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Wetland,
So, I
wetland
just-
species, they seem to be quite valuable when you go to buy them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But other than that, I thought it looked good.
Yeah, looks
Pretty
pretty
big, you
decent.
guys help because we don't have a lot.
I haven't seen in 18 years, I have not seen it that dry there.
Yeah.
No, it's
I mean,
Scary.
time to do it.
ponds are
Not
bone dry.
Look at the Connecticut River. Bet you could walk across it. over.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
It's dry.
We have,
great.
we thank you for your help.
We have nothing for executive session, right? All right, I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
We move.
All in favor? 7:41.
Long,
Well, get me home, pull my bed down.
Hey, you two, take it easy.
Have a good night, guys.
yes, already.
Probably leave it at home and forget it at home.
Right, that's right. I'll keep it safe. It'll be right there.
Can we hold on to this till next meeting? Because I know I'm not going to remember this.
I can if you'd like me to. I just wanted to make sure.
Well, I want to read this book, so I'll take it, but I may not come back.
Yeah,
But I will read it.
If you pinch this, I can't.
Got your
And I
bond,
have a few questions for that.
I got your bylaws already.